Yo, what if we started like a MySpace, but only invited like our
Tom.
followers?
Our followers?
Yeah, like it's like a special
Is
but it's like
MySpace still
backwards
around?
tech.
That's it. That's the one.
Friendster.
Friendster?
Zanga. Yeah.
Find
I
the
think
pics.
those are all dead.
Hot or not.
Dude.
Bucket of fish.
Asian Avenue. All right. But yeah, until
We just
then.
dated ourselves.
I know.
I would date myself.
I would too.
Dude, that's a master date.
Yeah. And there it is.
And there it is. Yo.
What's up, Pandeez?
You're listening to the Pandesoul podcast.
Join us as we unpack the flavors of being Filipino
And American. We're your hosts, Dre Magix, the fictitious professor, and EJ Villaman.
And we hope you're hungry.
Because there's plenty to go around. What's up, Pandeez? Welcome back to another episode of the Pandesoul podcast. We're your hosts. I'm the Dre Magix.
I'm fictitious professor.
And I'm EJ Villaman.
And today we're going, you know what? There's this thing online.
There's a lot of things.
I don't know why I started it like a radio
There's
morning
a thing online.
DJ. I know.
There's the kids today.
Yeah, tell us about it, Dre.
Okay. I don't know what that voice was.
You okay?
Okay, yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. Every accent I do, it's like a Tito or Borat.
Only two. There's only two
Yeah,
accents.
only two.
Tito, Borat.
Yeah.
May
So
nak. May nanak.
She dropped out of nursing school.
May
Nice.
Not nice.
So there's this thing on the internet, especially like TikTok,
Mm.
and it's we're a little late just because this is our first time filming this month.
Mm.
But it's graduation season. Graduation.
Graduation.
Graduation brand. For those of you who graduated this year at anything, congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Bro, it's already 1 month into summer vacation.
For you're in summer session. You need the last
Who
class.
calls it summer session?
He works in the
Oh, so
universities.
everyone? My
Someone who works at the university
That's-
calls it summer session.
That's the in-house term.
bad.
What is it called in the outhouse term?
Summer school.
Oh, that's outhouse. Tag your outhouse.
Yeah, so graduation, and there's been like this whole thing on the internet about, I guess, like Filipinos wearing the flag as the stole. If you don't know what a stole is, it's like the ribbon.
It's like the cloth that you wear
Yeah.
on your outside of your robe.
It's when you took something from someone.
a sash. It's like a sash.
It's like a double sash. Kind of,
It's
yeah.
still one sash.
You're right.
If it's connected, it's this one.
Yeah.
It's like I'm wearing two belts. No, it just wraps.
Yeah.
It just wraps around.
The belts are holding the pant loops up. Who's the real winner?
An idea for content.
You have a lot of ideas.
I still have my
but
stole.
That's what you need, huh?
I still have my stole.
You didn't return
shit.
it?
No.
You didn't put it back.
I took it.
You.
Oh, it's really stolen, huh?
Yeah. Stolen from the Filipino
They're
community,
gonna
apparently.
call you.
Dang.
I have a certain set of skills. The stolen.
The stolen. Joseph's... No.
No,
Nope.
no.
Not there.
He's not around.
Joseph Token.
Joseph Tokwat Baboy. Yeah.
So a stole is like a sash, and the stoles that have been getting the like buzz on the internet, or like the attacked,
Yeah,
is
targeted.
the one. Yeah, targeted is the one of the Filipino flag. And so I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah,
Can
it's-
you elaborate on the
Yeah,
whole internet?
it's kind of wild because it's like they've been around for like 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah,
Like
maybe
my-
even longer, yeah.
Yeah, my god sister graduated from UC Berkeley, and she had like a Filipino flag stole, and it was like part of if you were. No, you just wanted to rep your ethnic heritage.
Yeah.
Like you can wear it, and then like the
Yeah.
some like
Okay.
higher like colleges were like cool with it. Some people wear it for high school. I tried to wear it in my high school graduation. They're like, no, you can't wear that because it was like
Because it wasn't uniform,
it was because it wasn't uniform.
not because it was.
yeah, not
flag.
because it was Filipino.
Yeah. So there are many things on our pod that I'm like, oh shit, you said that. It might not. Or I'll chalk it up to like, oh, it's an opinion or this. With this thing, I feel like our opinions are very correct about like
Mhm.
who the fuck cares?
Right.
right? I mean, like the people that are calling it out. Okay, more on the actual thing. It's been getting called out. Filipino Americans are getting called out by Filipinos that are from the Philippines of wearing the stole, and they're saying it's disrespectful to the country because it's the flag, and that's like the premise, the whole premise. Of the
Yeah,
argument's based
and there's
on.
another thing of like it being in the wrong orientation or like backwards, where it's
Oh,
like,
is it?
I saw some like
Yeah.
comments about like, oh, they're not even wearing it the right way because it's like
And on
there's a certain direction. If the flag is vertical, the red should be on a certain side and blue should be on the other side. Opposite this,
Yeah.
apparently.
yeah,
That's not even the Filipino flag. It's just two cloths.
yeah,
This
it's-
is
Look,
this is
it
the,
really is. Yeah,
Isn't it?
it's just
Yeah.
You can't do
Who
it until it's a
knows?
flag. Yeah. Um,
the Principality of Zion.
I don't know what that is.
Gundam Wing.
Heavy arms.
Sandrock.
Nice. I think. Yeah. What are your thoughts on it? Because I can see both sides, like both arguments, and I'm just trying to figure out where they're both coming from, right?
Yeah.
In terms of Filipino Americans, they want to rep where their culture is.
Yeah, I mean, it also just seems like Filipinos in the Philippines are just like mad at us for everything that we try to like incorporate
Is
with
that
like diaspora culture.
Is that
Yeah.
real?
It seems like they're mad.
I feel
that-
like the educated ones are a lot, like the
Mm.
like millennial Gen Z ones
The ones with empathy,
get the ones that are supposed to have or like preaching empathy are the ones that are getting mad,
right?
right? Because like I see old like Titos on TikTok, they're having the best time,
yeah, they're like,
Yeah,
like doing all the dances and
Bro,
yeah,
dude,
'cause they
dude.
went through martial law, dude. Like they went through all that hard stuff.
Shout out to Tito TikTok,
Oh,
Tito TikTok.
bro. What's his name? He does his like day going out.
oh man, that guy's.
With
I
his-
would
with
maniple him for
his
sure.
fits, the salad. Tingnan mo sa salad.
He's having a good time.
Dude, living the dream.
Yeah.
Good for him.
And it's okay, cool. This is what social media in like the perfect world, right?
Mhm.
Like
Right.
just do it to express yourself, and I understand the Filipino side where you are using your platform for expression and like being righteous, but I don't think this is the hill you should die on.
Right, yeah, because even like there's so many other clothing items that have the Filipino flag on it, like jackets, shoes, pants. Like I feel like Manny Pacquiao had some like shorts that were the
Mhm.
Filipino flag at
Dude,
one point.
I was telling EJ, every boxer from anywhere else in the world has had their flag as shorts.
Right.
Mhm.
Right? When Ricky Haddon fucking got knocked out by our boy, he had the like
Irish
the
flag?
shorts.
Was he Irish?
No, it was
His English.
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 He was a
The
UK?
And you know any other UFC fighter might carry like their flag on their ass, just like
Right.
whatever it is. And you guys are worried about a stole. I don't think and I'm just trying to understand where the frustration comes from,
Right.
because it's not the face value argument that they're preaching, right? They're yes, okay, cool. It's wrong to wear. It's not wrong. It's illegal, I guess, to wear the flag as anything but the flag. But Americans
mean,
do
yeah,
it. Everywhere in
yeah.
the world does it.
Yeah, I think in every country, technically that is the law where you're not allowed to use the likeness of that country's flag
Yeah.
as anything else but a flag.
Maybe that's why it's backwards.
But, right. But it's like nobody really cares. It's like people are going to want to buy stuff with whatever country flag is on it.
Right.
Just because, they're proud of where they're from. They're like,
No, and so I'm trying to understand the real reason, like the underlying. Why are you so mad about it? Is it FOMO? Like, do you think it's FOMO? Because like,
I feel like it's like, from what it looks like on some of the videos I've watched, is they feel really exploited by a lot of the Filipino Americans that were,
exploitation.
that are
Mm.
like, hey, like now you want to care about like Philippines or stuff like that. But it's like people
I
have to
see.
understand that
Okay.
Filipino Americans are different than Filipinos, and what like is culturally
culturally very different.
right for a Filipino could still be culturally different for a Filipino American. Like shoot, like I mean, if you want to go to like eating with your hands, like that was so different here than there and here, right? It's
Right.
it's like
McDonald's.
Right.
Until you have Jollibee chicken, it's okay to eat. I don't know. You're right. It's like, is this the hill that you wanna die on? Like, I mean, I understand that people have passion about telling the right thing and the legal thing and shit like that.
Okay, for example, right, like things that we're like beating your kids, right? Like it's like they still might do it over there, right? As like a form of discipline, like spanking and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then,
You mean that?
not like
yeah.
like,
clarification.
not like suntok, bro, but like
Discipline
like
and not child abuse.
Yeah, like spanking your kids. And like a lot of FilAms over here, they don't subscribe to that idea, right?
Yeah. Or it's being phased out.
Right. And it's this I don't know what it is. The very common thing for FilAms is they want to connect with their culture.
Right.
Yeah.
So much because their whole life has been so disconnected. Right?
Yeah.
There's so many parts to this whole thing where if you guys want to make it complicated, let's analyze everything.
Yeah. Because you don't understand how lost we felt growing up here as like you're different than a lot of the majority. Like like you're different. You're already different, and like
And you have to hide it.
you have to be you have to try to assimilate. So like now we want to like love that our parents, our ancestors are from a certain place, and like you're telling us to shut the fuck up. Like what?
Right. And I think from the other side, it's maybe the lack of reverence or the lack of like they don't think we've done the work or they don't think we've earned. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And I can't really speak on it. I'm just trying to
Yeah. It's
No, you're
like
right.
it's like an odd chip on their shoulder.
well, it's both shoulders.
That's true. Yeah.
But here's the thing, they're the ones that are imposing their will on FilAms.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Filipinos are
Like,
the ones
we didn't
imposing
start like they didn't FilAms didn't start this
this one.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Like there's some shit on both sides.
Yeah.
Right.
Because no one's perfect. And then also there's the outside perspective where we were like we were culturally groomed to fight each other, right? Which is another fucked up thing. Like by whoever our conqueror was, right? Of course they don't want us united.
Yeah.
Like holy shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you know how
So-
powerful they'll be if they were united? Let's make them fight.
I mean,
each other.
tama, right? Like that.
Yeah.
That's correct. Because fucking all the shit. I mean, in fairness, all the shit any group of people can be capable of when they're united is they can move mountains,
Right.
Yeah.
right?
With
And
dynamite.
light. Yeah. So I think it's I don't know what bothers you. What bothers you about this? Because I mean, obviously we're talking about it. and
Yeah.
There's no. Oh, it's fine. We don't need to talk about it. There's no sentiment that way. Because personally, it's like, yo, just at the very least, just shut up and let them do their thing.
Yeah. Let people enjoy things.
Yeah. Let us have nice things. At the very most, like, uplift it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I think like also like the tone and like the way that the message is portrayed. A lot of these people like I get it. People want to tell what they want to say, but if you're like attacking or if you're very like mean about it or very mad about it, like like very like about it as opposed to like, oh, let me tell you about this, like a teacher does, right? If you want to teach like a teacher does or talk to us like a teacher does, I think the message will be heard as opposed to trying to shove it down people's throats and attacking other people.
Yes, counterpoint.
Let's see it.
The way the way Filipinos from the Philippines have often tried to teach me things, FilAms might find it aggressive
Interesting.
because of the tone and the melody of it, right? If you ever, and I'm guilty of it as well, trying to teach people where I'm like, you have to move your foot like this, and we're trying to like convince you. In my head, I'm trying to convince you, but it might seem like I'm, hey, listen, stupid, like this is,
Well,
just tonally.
Counterpoint to that, then, if Filipinos if they care about it, and they want us to learn about
they
it,
should make the adjustments.
let's both make the adjustment.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I'm just I like for me,
we're just trying to find the medium. Right?
Yeah, I guess I don't know, like. I don't know. I'm honestly kind of annoyed by it because like there's so many other things we should care about, but like the fact that this is a huge thing, is
Right.
kind of annoying. It's like really annoying because like
I agree.
there's so much else, so much other stuff to do, guys. Like
Bomba.
yeah, like dude, Ember. But no, I
Listen to
get
our
it.
podcast.
I mean, yeah, I want to learn more stuff about our culture too, and like our ancestors' culture. So like, shit, what they have to say is probably right, but also listen to what we have to say because it's a whole different culture here.
Yeah, and it's like an extension of
Yeah,
Filipino culture, right?
yeah. There's no need to gatekeep that shit.
Yeah, I think FilAm
Right.
culture is a subset,
Yeah.
right? How about you, Fig? What are your
Yeah.
kind of...
No, I agree with what both of you guys are saying. Yeah, I'm just like, why was this even like a thing to be targeted? Just like, let's do something else.
Like,
Yeah, it's crazy because like you can clearly celebrate parts of both cultures rather than picking a fight.
ah,
Right. Yeah, it's interesting because it's like I heard this framing recently of, because it's like, it's easy when you're like scrolling on social media to just get like riled up about stuff, or even just like in like a negative way, or if you're like scrolling and you see something and you like feel bad about yourself because it's like, oh, that's not me, like a FOMO of sorts.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a healthier framing I've recently learned about is like, oh, look at what's possible within the human experience. Where it's like,
Oh yeah.
look,
Yeah.
this is a possibility of celebrating our culture and a possibility of like uplifting the diaspora.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think another thing that folks tend to, a camp that folks tend to fall in is like somebody's enjoying something and their enjoyment of something is like threatening to the other in a way.
Yeah.
But it's,
Yeah.
it's
the
not.
crowd
It's like
mentality.
Yeah.
both can exist at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. My happiness doesn't take away from your happiness.
Right.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's okay to like let folks enjoy themselves.
Like even dumb shit. Like whatever you think would be dumb, let them have it. You know what I mean? Like there's no need to, oh, they're so like thing because they like this,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so it's different if they're arrogant and they're like, I'm better than you,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
right? But like if it makes them happy and they're good people,
Yeah.
and they're not hurting you, then what's your problem?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, do you really have a problem with me wearing the flag around my neck?
Yeah. It's like nobody's going off on the titas with the fake Louis Vuitton bags.
Yeah.
It's like
For real.
Louis Vuitton doesn't really care too much about. I mean, obviously they like don't make fakes, but it's like they're not going to every single like fake vendor and trying to like shut them all down.
Right. I mean, and to EJ's point, there are more important things. Like, why don't you fight for the fucking your cousin who gets reamed out by their parents for like being who they are?
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? For not fitting into the cultural
Yeah.
like role that they need to fit in. So
Yeah.
what if they don't want to like get married right away, or like they don't want to be in the medical field, or I mean like whatever really common trope that is always talked about. But the thing I want to know is, why aren't you fighting that fight?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
can fight about dumb shit all day, where like okay, adobo parsley doesn't go on adobo. Or like, I mean, and this is shit we've talked about,
Right.
right? But the underlying factor is bigger than what the actual fight is about,
Right.
right? So
yeah, because it's like we're navigating from an authentic experience that is true to ourselves.
it's true to ourselves, but I think from the outside it may seem incomplete,
Oh, right.
but to us it's the complete
Yeah.
experience of who we are,
Yeah.
Right.
because no one's ever going to get the spectrum of what it is to be Filipino. That's fucking impossible, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't know. That means I would have to know every single person that came out and like all the invasions and all the effects on our culture. It's like, I want to live my version of life,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
right? And so that's why we're having conversations. That's why life is dope, because I can sit here and we can, number one, connect about shit,
Right.
right? And as you as well, as the listener, we can connect with you about our experiences that are similar, but the differences we have you can either learn something, agree, and or disagree. And now we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Which is like a dope part about being on the internet or even in America is the fucking freedom of speech that we have.
It's not always black or white, really. It really isn't.
Yeah. It's always a spectrum.
And I mean, it's however you want to call it. I think that, I don't know. Do we get to a point where shit like that doesn't matter? Or do you think there's always going to be motherfuckers that are like, you can't do this.
It's funny, something my piano professor of all people said. It's like, if somebody wants to fight, they'll always find a stick. Where it's like, there's some folks who just are combative for whatever their reason. So it's like they're always going to find something to like fight about or like nitpick.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also something like there's a difference between like someone who's whining, complaining about something, and someone who's also trying to fight for something.
Right.
And I think we need to find that line.
For sure. And there are things that we say here that they're not Bible, right? We were like, fuck raisins and empanada. And like legit, fuck raisins and empanada. But also like, if you're going to put raisins, go ahead and fucking put raisins, dude. As long as I'm not eating it, you know what I mean? Like, if it doesn't directly affect me.
Give me all the raisin empanadas.
Yeah.
I like that.
For free.
For free, yeah. Give me your raisins.
Yeah. Raisinettes.
Graduation.
Yeah.
Graduations. No, but, I mean, honestly, all the shit that we've said and will say on the pod, none of it is, like, set, concrete shit. It's just our opinion on stuff, right?
Right.
Like, who the fuck is anyone to impose their will and, like, dictate experiences culturally or not?
Right.
That's called colonization. And we've solved it, guys.
That's right.
There it is.
The last episode.
We got him.
No, but I mean, do you have any other like closing thoughts on shit? Because, like, personally, it's like one of those things. It's like watching your two cousins argue, or like watching your two titas argue. I'm like, just let them fight. But at the same time, like, honestly, y'all should be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope we get to a better place, or like, if at the very least, I hope my feed isn't, just like drowned with shit like that.
Yeah.
And, like, the older I get, it's fucked up. But the more, like, I think it's not giving up.
Yeah.
But I welcome the ignorance. I welcome the like, if I don't have to see it, because honestly, it's not my fight.
I see what you're saying.
They're not directly attacking me.
Yeah.
And I'll fight for it if it comes up on the, like, come on, don't be like that.
Yeah.
But also, is that my responsibility now?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it?
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean. Because it's like, I mean, it is not necessarily like an open invitation. It feels like if somebody's in public talking on speakerphone, where it's like, are you at liberty to join in on their conversation because you can hear all of it?
Yeah.
You know, they're being like loud and obnoxious about it.
Yeah.
Which I kind of want to be like, if somebody's doing that, I have the right to chime in on their conversation. Be like,
you don't even have to worry about him.
Yeah, I'll take it. But it's like, some of these like discourses that stir up the pot in a negative way, is like, it's not like helpful for like mental health, sanity, peace. So then
peace is a big one.
Yeah. So personally, I'm just like,
what are you trying to accomplish?
Man, this is what are you trying to like? Okay, so if it's right, okay, cool. If it's wrong, okay, what do you want us to do about it? Like, stop? Like, is that what you want us to stop doing?
Yeah,
like, what's okay if we stop? Then what? Are you gonna be like happy, or are we just gonna have to keep bowing to demands to like make these nebulous others feel good? And it's like, no, it's like a slippery slope where it's like everyone loses at the end anyways.
Yeah, you have a good point of like, even if you win the argument, like who's what do you get?
What now?
Yeah, what's your prize?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so real quick, just to add a little bit of like fucking positivity
Yeah.
to it. what are some things on TikTok or like Filipino or FilAm TikTok that they should check out and like it'll brighten their day?
Pandesoul.
Pandesoul podcast. No, but like I mean, other than us, you know, let's give people their flowers. So.
What's his name? Bong Jovi.
Oh yes.
Bong Robbie?
Bong Robbie.
Hello.
Hello.
Shout out to that guy.
Somebody put him in the comments so he can
be a guest.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. How about you?
It's funny. I do see Random Rage a lot sometimes still.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's his buddy.
It's my homie. We've known each other since like high school.
Nice.
He's good times.
Cool.
Everybody flood. I don't know if this would be helpful. Flood his DMs to respond now.
Yeah. I
Go watch his stuff with Happy Slip. He was opening up for Happy
Oh
Slip.
yeah, I
Heck yeah.
saw.
Encourage them to go do more shows because their
Right.
shows are great.
Hell yeah. Mine is. It's
Great
like
magics.
a what?
Magic arrows.
No. It's a Filipino mom and her daughter, and her daughter is like she's mixed. I'm assuming because she has the skin tone, but their name's Rice Cup. But it's really cool to see, a young one being educated in the culture by like a strong woman who's pretty unapologetic about the culture.
Okay.
She's saying stuff like, "Oh, you have a flat nose because you're special, because you're Filipina,"
Okay.
or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, "Dope. That's like a dope thing to inject into someone's personality, like that confidence."
Mm-hmm.
So, like shout out to y'all. Your content makes me smile, is what I'm saying, right? Like your family is like really cool, and they're not from here, but they recently did like a trip to LA,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh, they took her to Disneyland and stuff,
Damn.
and I'm like, yo, this is like a cool family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like wholesome content that doesn't need to be anything more than it's not,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Also,
And it's just-
random shout out to the one Filipina on It's a Small World.
Oh
Like-
yeah, out there.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? Sometimes she be broken. That's fucked up. Like
Yeah.
they don't fix her. Like sometimes she's like
Yeah. That's all of
Yeah.
us.
like
though.
half stepping.
Yeah.
That's all of us.
That's called life,
Dude.
bro.
Yeah.
True to life.
Real.
Yo, Disney.
Yeah, Disney, good job. Someone there is
Yeah.
Filipino doing some production.
Everyone
work.
there is Filipino.
They're like,
Low key.
yo, the Filipina lady on Small World's broken. Nah, she's not. She's just going through it.
Yeah.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us this week. We hope you enjoyed that conversation. In the comments, let us know your thoughts on this whole thing, because we really want to know, like, what are your thoughts? Because there is no right answer, right?
Right. What's the next thing people are gonna be angry about? Let us know.
throw
So
that,
we can talk about
throw
it.
that in the comments. And make sure you like, subscribe, do all the things on the internet. You can find past episodes and like rewatch this one on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Also, check out our social media stuff: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter.
We're on there?
No. Don't go on Twitter. You won't find us. And
Don't go on Reddit either.
and YouTube Shorts.
Or 4chan. Or
What is 4chan?
It's a cookie.
Four stomachs.
Oh, 4chan.
It's like Reddit but worse.
Okay. Yo, what if we started like a MySpace, but only invited like our
Tom.
followers?
Our followers?
Yeah, like it's like a special,
Is
but it's like
MySpace still
backwards
around?
tech.
That's it. That's the one.
Friendster,
Friendster?
Zanga.
Zenga. Yeah.
Find
I
a
think
pics.
those are all dead.
Hot or not.
Dude.
Bucket of fish.
Asian Avenue. All right. But yeah, until
We just
then.
dated ourselves.
I know.
I would date myself.
I would too.
Dude, that's a master date.
Yeah. And there it is.
And there it is.
Got
Yo,
him.
thank you so much for joining us on this conversation. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you laughed a little bit, and you hope you like kind of thought about the kind of shit we're talking about. So we'll see
Talk
you
about
next
it
week.
with your friends.
Yeah, share it with your friends. Share it with your enemies. And until then,
Don't forget your baon.
peace.
O sige na, Pandeez.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Pandesoul.
And check out previous episodes on Spotify and YouTube.
Thanks for laughing, and join us next week, because there's enough Pandesoul to go around.
And don't forget your baon!